Okay, good morning. How are you guys?
Okay,
Nice to see you bright and early. Okay. We ready? I think we're expecting Ann, but let's remember to mute. And once you've done that, make sure you have water and a towel. And we're just going to start by shifting our hips side to side. So take your hands on your hips and just start to move the body. Okay, now take the hips backwards. And then go the opposite way. And you'll notice I'm going nice and slow. Just kind of ease into it. Why not? It feels good, right? That's what we like. Okay, now let's hold the hips neutral. We're gonna hip hinge, so I want you to push your butt back. So I've got most of the weight into my heels. I'm gonna keep my hands on my waist, and I want you to try to squeeze the elbows together. So you feel the chest puff out, draw the belly in, and keep trying to pull those elbows together. Now go a little deeper in your hinge. Keep working the elbows. Go a little bit deeper. And now release the arms to the legs, and you're gonna slowly slide them down your legs. Let your head relax, that's super important. Just let it hang out where it wants to. Hold here and take some nice big deep breaths. Now, if you can get your legs straight, fabulous. If not, it's just called a work in progress. So when you're breathing these big deep breaths, I want you to really feel your rib cage expand. Okay, now keep your hands on your legs and just slide yourself back up. Stand nice and tall and sweep the arms up. Now they don't need to get close. They don't need to be squishing your shoulders and making you feel uncomfortable. This is just about finding nice length. So really try to lift from the shoulders. Hold it just for another breath or two. Draw the belly in, and we're gonna do a nice slow swan dive all the way down. My arms are really pushing to try to touch both sides of the room. Let your head go. Totally unweight the upper body here. 3 big deep breaths. Now shift your weight forward as you breathe, and then shift it back. And just kind of play around with moving very slowly. Now do the same going side to side. Doesn't have to be big. Just sort of work those hips to the left a little bit, and then to the right while you keep your legs straight. Now center yourself. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. I want you to flip your palms and now reach. And then bring your hands to your hips, bring your feet hip width apart. And we're just gonna come up onto the pad of your right foot. So lift your right heel and then lower it back down. Lift it up. So you're getting really high up on those toes. It's like a little massage for the foot. Do it again. And then switch sides. Lift that heel on the left. And then lower. And when you lower, try to create a little resistance when you lower that foot. Okay, now with our feet hip width apart, take a peek, make sure you got your toes in the same line. You're just gonna pull your knees forward. So we're trying to release the lower legs in the back, like right above and around the Achilles tendon. Now we're gonna bring the arms out in front. We're gonna lift them, and then we're gonna sweep them back behind us. Crowd out your chest. Really make sure you're drawing in the belly. We're gonna hold our knees pushing forward just a few more breaths. And now you're gonna stand up tall, sweep the arms up, your legs are nice and long. We're gonna swan dive it down nice and slow. Let your head go. Totally unweighting the upper body. In fact, we're gonna cross the arms. And just let the shoulders just kind of, like you should feel them just inching a little closer to the floor. Try to keep those legs nice and straight. Now in this position, we're gonna roll up Pilates style, but we're gonna keep the arms crossed. Nice and slowly. Roll yourself back up. Now take your left arm out in front and take your right hand and hold on to the forearm. You're gonna sweep it across. So hold it at the height of the shoulder, so the hand and wrist and shoulder are all at the same height. You're getting a nice stretch, hopefully through that left lat and shoulder blade. Should feel good. Now play around with the angle. Lower the arm a little bit. Maybe you're feeling it in a different spot. And then lift it a little higher than the shoulder. And just sort of oscillate between the two, moving very slowly. Right? Lift a little, lower a little. Now hold it at the height of the shoulder and see if you can cross it a little more. And then let it go. Relax. Do the same on the other side. Grab hold of the forearm. Bring it across slowly. You want to stand nice and tall. It's all about posture, right? Now lower the arm a little and lift. You might feel different on each side, right? One side might be tighter, especially if you sleep on that one side. It's tighter, it's totally normal. Go up and down just a few more times. Now keep it at the height of the shoulder, your wrist, and then see if you can just pull it over a tiny bit more. And then let it go. Okay, floss the shoulders, pick them up and down. Get the arms moving. Nice. Now take a nice big deep breath. Sweep the arms up. And we're going to swan dive it all the way down. Make sure you're really shifting your butt back when you come down. Let the head go. Hands to the floor. We're going to walk out to a plank. See if you can do it with a straight leg. Take lots of steps with the hands. Push those heels down until you can't hold them down anymore. And meet me in your plank. Now from here, take it to a downward facing dog. Hold here as you drive your heels towards the earth. I don't know about you, but my calves are always tight. So this feels really good. Hold on this spot. 5 big, huge breaths. This is a great opportunity to close your eyes. Just breathe. Meet me back in your high plank. Step your feet into bear. And put your knees down on the floor. We're going to do 5 really nice slow motion cat-cows. So give me a big arch in that back. Let your head relax. And then flip it around. Drop that chest between the arms. Coccyx bone in the back up towards the ceiling. Take your gaze, look forward. Draw the belly in the whole time. Switch it. And just kind of go at your pace, nice and slow, and just kind of find your breath when you begin and end each move. Try to really focus as best you can today on breathing as much as you can. Okay, find yourself in a neutral spine. Take the left arm and reach it forward. Your palm is going to face the right side of the room. And then put it back down. Do the same on the other side. Reach it. So I'd like your arm to be nice and long and nice and straight. And then put it back down. Keep your hips nice and even and square, and pick up your left knee and left toes off the floor. Put it back down. Do the same with the right leg. Pick it up, just an inch off the floor, and put it down. And oscillate side to side. Really slow, drawing in the belly. Okay, when you get back to the left leg, instead of lifting it an inch off the floor, I want you to take it back behind you. Keep the leg long and your hips even. Put it down. Now, if this bothers your knee, just take a towel, put it underneath your knee. Switch legs. Right leg extends back. Try your best to get it long. Put it back down. Now, we're going to elevate into bear. So knees 1 inch off the floor. Now extend the left leg back. Put it back down and extend the right. Put it back down. Meet me in a small downward dog. You're here for 5 big breaths as you lift up high on the toes and then drive the heels down. Pair that with your breathing. Nice. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Fold the arms. Take a few big breaths here. And then we're going to roll up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice. Keep your arms folded. Lift the elbows up. Just as high as you can, and then lower them back down. Do that 2 more times. Lift up and lower. Nice. Last one. Now cross the arms the opposite way. And lift. You might feel a different stretch, like now I'm feeling it more on my left side. Just from that minor little change. Okay, we're going to make a fist, thumbs up. Squeeze the elbows back there and give me a proud chest. Come down halfway. So your spine stays nice and long and your elbows are nice and high when you fold down. Do it again. Now you can progress your range of motion here as long as your spine stays long. So I'm going to go more than halfway. Come up really slowly, and I'm going to just do this 2 more times. This is a great little exercise to do first thing in the morning when you wake up. Gets a lot of blood flow going. Okay. Bring your hands to heart. Pick up your left heel. So you're on your toes. And then switch, pick up the right. Get really high onto the pad of that foot. And then switch again. And now this time you're just going to pick the knee up off the floor and flex the foot and point it. Circle it. Move it any direction that feels good, really. Now, if you need help with balance, it's easier if you take your hands out to the side. But if you don't need to, hands over heart. Now hold the leg up and just extend the foot out and bend it. Activating the quad muscle, waking it up, a little bit of hip flexor work here. Do it a few more times. And put it down. Shake it all out, same thing, other side. So right heel up, hands over heart. Give that foot a nice little stretch, then we pick up that leg. Flex, point. Just think about how much your ankles and your lower legs, your feet take a beating throughout the day. So this is a nice, opportunity to really give them a bit of love. Okay, extend that foot out and bend and lift. So your foot's flexed and it's almost like you're just trying to kick that heel up and out. Lots of work for the quad muscle, lots of work for your hip flexor. Okay, take it down. Come to the middle part of the mat and turn your toes out. So I've got quite a big spread between my feet, but my heels are staying on the mat. Bring your hands over heart and give me a nice little squat, not big. Now, hold this and think about trying to move your butt back and wading into the heel. So I really have no weight on my toes. I'm gonna come down just a little lower. Just to the point where you feel those erectus spinae muscles that run along your spine sort of engage to stabilize everything. Maybe drop a little lower. Take the arms out. It's gonna help you. Take it down a little lower, and then we're gonna come up, pressing through the heels, lift the arms up, reach for the ceiling, lower back down, start your squat. Just kind of go really slow, push the whole pelvis, your hips, backwards, right? That's what you're aiming for. Come as low as you're able. And once you get there, slowly bring it back up. Reach the arms all the way up, big stretch for the body. Try to lift out of those hips. Come down, we're gonna do this one more time. Nice and slow, no need to be in a rush. It's a lot of work for those inner thigh muscles. Come back up nice and slow, pressing up through the heels. Reach for the ceiling. Nice, relax the arms. Step your feet in. Big deep breath. We're gonna do a little flow series. So swan dive it down. You can go at your own pace if mine is not suitable for you. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Palms down, step or jump back to a plank. Give me a hover. Go to up dog. Nice. Tuck those toes under, down dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Inhale, extend the spine. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms, reach for that ceiling. Do it again, swan dive it down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Walk out plank. Nice little hover. Shoulders are nice and retracted. Please don't let them roll forward. Tuck your toes under, down dog. Lift your left leg. Switch to the right. Come back to plank. Lift your left leg. Switch to the right. Go back to down dog. Back to plank. Do a nice little hover. Up dog. Toes tuck under, down dog. Breathe 5 big breaths. Or take a child's pose. Walk the hands all the way back to your feet. Inhale, extend. Reverse swan dive, all the way back up, flip the palms, reach for the ceiling. Swan dive down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Walk out plank. Shoulders over wrists, left knee to left elbow. Cross it to the right, bring it back to the left. Take the leg back, but don't put it on the floor. Do it again, left, right, left, back. One more time, left, right, left, back. Put it down, meet me in down dog. You're here 3 big breaths. Push those heels towards the floor, straighten out your legs. Come back to plank. Right knee to the right elbow. Cross it to the left, back to the right. Sweep it back, but don't put it down. Do it again. Right, left, right, back. One more time. Right, left, right. Hold it up. Put it down, meet me in down dog. 5 big breaths or child's pose. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Inhale, extend, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Round up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice. Left foot steps forward. Big, huge step. And if you can't do it in one fell swoop, once you get into your split lunge, you can just wiggle those toes forward, the front foot forward. Hands over heart. Big lean in. Now bend the knee. So your knee is a tiny bit in front of the ankle. Now come back up with the torso. Pushing through the heels. Reach. So right now you're getting a nice big stretch through this front hip flexor. Now we're going to transition. We're going to bring the hands to heart. Give me that big lean in. Knee in front of ankle. When you bring the shoulders back up, push through that heel. I want you to feel your butt work. Sweep the arms. Plant the toes on the back foot. You can have your arms open if it's not comfortable to close them. I want you to try to stay broad through the shoulders. Hands to heart. Big lean in. Last one. Push through that heel. Come back up. Let's do this hip flexor stretch one more time. Now we're going to swan dive it down. We're going to meet in a runner's lunge, which means you're just going to take your hands on either side of that foot. Hold your runner's lunge. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to lift the right foot off the floor 1 inch or 2. So hop off of it and put it back down. Hop off, back down. One more time. Hands down, step back to plank. Give me a nice hover, and then meet me in your up dog. Draw the belly in the whole time you're here. We're going to do some scapular push-ups. So sink into the shoulders, press away. You can do this on the knees or off the knees. I like to do it with my knees down at first because I get a bit more range. Now we're trying not to let the shoulders round forward. Feeling this in your upper back. Keep those elbows from bending. Okay, tuck your toes under, meet me in your down dog. This time here, we're going to pedal the feet. So right heel down, then switch left. Go nice and slow. Now get high on the toes. Push your heels towards the floor. Do that 3 more times. Drive the heels towards the floor, keep your legs straight, walk your hands back to your feet. Push your weight into the heels, get your hips back, walk your fingers forward. So open them to the width of the mat. You're gonna feel a nice stretch under your armpits, your lats. Breathe here, don't forget to breathe. Get that little tug of war going on. You're trying to get your fingers forward and your hips back. Now fold down, let it all hang out. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice, spread out your chest, hands to heart. Take a big step forward with the right foot. Now, if you're doing it in stages, once you're in your split lunge, see if you can walk that foot a little further forward, I'm sorry. Okay, big lean forward. Bend that front leg so your knee is a tiny bit in front of your ankle. When you're in your big lean forward, you should feel a massive amount of work going in to that right side. Now, think about delivering the message to push into the heel when you upright the shoulders. Slowly. Upright. Sweep the arms up. Reach for the ceiling. You're nice and high on the back foot. Come back down. Big lean. Nice big bend in that leg. Push through the heel. Oh, so good. Sweep up. Nice and high on the back foot. Big stretch for that left hip flexor. 1 more time forward. Give me that big bend. Give me that big lean. Press through the heel. That's the message you're sending your body. Upright those shoulders. Reach for the ceiling. Swan dive it down nice and slow. Meet me in that runner's lunge. Power off your back foot. Drop it back down 3 times. Palms down, step back plank. Do a nice hover all the way down to the floor. Come up onto your forearms. Now we're going to just stretch out our 6-pack muscle here. So you're just hanging out in baby cobra while you draw the belly in. Nice. Just relax and breathe. This is just a nice little chill out moment. Okay, we're going to take the chest to the floor. We're going to position our hands beside the chest. And now we're going to press ourselves up. So your hips are off the floor, but your knees are down. Just working on flexibility of the low back. Hold here, breathe. Try to broaden the shoulders. Don't let them round forward. Draw that belly in. Take a few more breaths. Okay, tuck your toes under for stability. We're going to move the hips all the way back so they're hovering over your heels. We're going to do a little QL stretch here. So I'm not sitting on my heels, my spine is long. I've got a big spread between my palms. My forehead is just above the floor, so my neck has no wrinkles in it. Now let's walk the hands to the left without shifting your hips. So I've got both my hands off my mat on the hardwood floor. I've got a big space, more than shoulder width between my hands. So I'm getting a nice stretch on the right side. Now, if you can, inch those hands out a tiny bit further out without moving the hips. Stay here for another few breaths. You gotta really breathe deeply when you do these stretches. You'll get a lot more out of them. Okay, let's come back. Little reprieve. So we're gonna come onto the tops of our feet. We're gonna sit back on the heels, relax the arms, and just put the forehead down on the floor. This is a total chill moment. Just breathe into your lower back. Okay, back onto all fours. Tuck those toes under again. You're gonna bring the hips so they just hover over the heels. Walk the hands forward. Lots of distance between those hands. Make sure your neck is relaxing. Hold here as you inch those hands to the right. Once you got them off the floor, you're probably starting to feel a nice pull on that left side body. Just relax and breathe. Try to inch them a little further out if you can, keeping those hips nice and still and no wrinkles in the neck. So the neck should be long. Two more really deep breaths. Okay, bring the hands back, however you want to do that. Come back up onto all fours. We're going to lift off the knees just an inch, so you're really in bear here. Hold it. Make sure you're looking forward so your neck is long. Draw in the belly. Now squeeze your knees together and then open them. And do that 5 times. Your torso is nice and quiet. It's only the legs moving. Last one. Take it to a small downward dog with the whole, all of your feet are on the floor. Your heels, everything. Now try to straighten the legs. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Fold over your legs. Notice how much closer your torso can get to your thighs after you've been moving the body. It's amazing. So the more you move, the more you're able to, we all know that, catches up with us. So fingers out in front, inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold back down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Baby steps with your hands forward. Try to keep your legs straight. Your heels down as long as you can. End up in your high plank. On your toes with your legs straight. Nice. Draw the belly in. Now step into bear. Put your knees down on the floor. Kick your feet off to the side and have a seat on your butt. So what we're going to do is scoot over to the right side of the mat. meet me in your 90-90. So once you get there, try to lift both hands off the floor and bring your hands to heart. Now, if you feel like your torso is way over to the right, see if you can use your core strength and upright it as much as possible. And just hold this. This in and of itself should feel challenging. Hold it, breathe. You're trying to move the torso towards the left to get it as upright as you can. Now take your left hand to your front leg. Just hold on to your shin. Take your right hand down to the floor. And just sort of lean to the right. This is a nice release for that effort. Okay, upright it again. Hands to heart. You might be a little more successful second time through. And then right hand down, left hand onto that front leg. Just lean to the right, let it all release through that left side. And then one last time, hands to heart. Now this time I'm just gonna have you rotate your torso. So you're turning your head, you're following, and you're trying to look towards the back of your room. And then come back. And then rotate again. Keep your hands at your heart. Come back, do it one more time. Turn, turn, turn. Wasn't that a song back in the day? Okay, take your back leg, scoot it forward. We're gonna Pilates style, diving between our legs, releasing that lower back. Just hang out for 5 big deep breaths. Let your head go, your spine is in flexion. Okay, take it back up. Now we're going to scoot all the way over to the left side. Give me 90 degrees with your front leg, 90 degrees with your back leg. Now, bring your hands to heart and try to upright the torso as best you can. You might be a little more successful on one side than the other. Perfectly normal. Keep trying to upright it as you breathe. And then take that left hand down, right hand to your front leg. Release it all, so you're leaning to the left. Come back up, hands to heart. Should feel a big activation on that right side. Keep trying to work this to get the torso more upright. And then release it. And one last time. Keep working it. Now let's slowly start to turn it. Rotate that torso as much as you can. See if you can look towards the back of your room. And then come back. And do it again. You're trying to keep the 90-90 in both legs. Nice. Now, take this back leg and bring it forward. Oh my goodness, does that ever feel good? Okay, we're having a nice lie down here. However you want to get there, bring your knees up and into the chest. Got some stretches to do before we sign off. So we're going to start out just by lubricating these hip joints. So big circles with your knees. Change your direction. Okay, let's start by putting our feet on the floor. Walk your feet close to your butt. Now rock your pelvis forward and back. Just a few more times. Okay, neutral spine. Doesn't have to be pushing into the earth. Just keep your spine neutral wherever it feels good. I want you to keep that belly activation, so the belly's drawing down. Now take your elbows and do field goal posts with the arms. So you have elbows and shoulders at the same height and the back of the hands down on the floor, right? Nice. Now, you're nice and flat on the shoulder blades. I want you to try to keep your arms where they are right now and just let the knees fall to the right. So that means you gotta stay with the left shoulder blade down on the floor and the left arm down on the floor, and then bring the knees back up. Make sure you've walked those feet as close to your butt as you can get them. Do the same thing on the same side. It's a nice little rotation of the torso, and it's a nice little massage for that right glute and hip. So roll down, take that left knee, try to get it closer to the floor, and bring it back up. One more time, just because it's so good. Okay, now take them, walk them back in. If they've slid out, go the opposite way. So make sure those shoulder blades are staying nice and flat on the floor, and the back of the hands are not lifting up. Roll down. When you roll down, try to lower the right knee closer. You're going to get that fabulous stretch going all over the hip. This is really a great stretch you can do every day. One more. Okay, bring your knees up. Keep them where they are. Now, with your hands, the back of the hands on the floor, see if you can slide your hands, keeping down on the floor till you meet them, so you can touch your thumb and index finger. And then slide back, just to your starting point, the field goal post, as Sean refers to it as. Slide back, keeping the elbows down, and then slide them back to where you started. You can also do this standing up against a wall. Really good for you. Now hold this last one back there. Just breathe. Even if it feels a little uncomfortable, try to relax everything so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. Stay here for 2 more breaths. I've got my thumb and my index finger touching. And if they don't quite get there, that's okay. Now bring the elbows back. You're going to pull the arms all the way down, get them along the side of your body so they're nice and relaxed. We're going to cross the right knee over the left. Now we're going to get rid of some of that big bend that we have. So scoot your legs further out so the bend in your legs is not that great. Once you've done that, let the knees fall to the right. You're going to use that top leg to push the bottom knee a little closer to the floor, but it's not going to get there. And then come back up where you started, and then roll them back down. So you're just oscillating between up and down, rolling onto that right shoulder blade, right hip, and you're using that top leg to try to get that left knee close to the floor, but not on the floor. So they're floating. Come back, do it one more time, hold it down, lift your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Your right arm is just chilling. Take that left arm all the way back behind you. Get it long and strong, trying to reach to touch the back of your room. Now change the angle, go up 45 degrees with the arm. Should feel a fabulous stretch over that left hip. And then bring the arm in, bring the knees back up, uncross them, We're gonna bring both knees into the chest and make a nice small little circle just to massage your lower back a little bit. And we have to do the other side and we only have 1 minute. So here we go. Left knee over right, small bend in the legs. Let them go to the left. Bring them back up. Do it again. So you're just rolling, you're using that leg that's on the top to push the knee towards the floor. Nice massage for that glute, nice little rotation for your spine. Okay, hold it down, push that bottom knee towards the floor, lift your right arm straight up to the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide, your palms facing the left side of the room. Take the arm back. Keep it long and strong. Really try to push using that top leg, get that bottom leg maybe a little closer. Switch up the angle of the arm. So you get a nice chest stretch. Take 2 big, huge breaths. Okay, bring the arm in, uncross the legs. We're gonna do a full body stretch here. Point those toes, legs are long, arms are long behind you. Reach, roll it up Pilates style, 1 vertebrae at a time. Dive between those legs. Feels so good. Okay, come up, however you want to get there. I'm gonna come up onto my toes. Do a nice slow reverse swan dive all the way up, reach for the ceiling. And I thank you guys so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! Hope you feel fabulous.